Having people in your home and having caregivers, it's very doable. It's wonderful, actually, when you think about it. What an opportunity. It's just a matter of figuring out what you need in your home and conveying that message to whoever is in your home.
If you're used to taking care of yourself, it's very hard asking somebody for something.
The more you get into it, the more you learn, the easier it becomes.
Just do the best you can.
The first thing I do when I first hire a caregiver is to have them never assume anything. If they got questions, ask me. Be upfront, so there's no miscommunication, no misunderstanding, anything. When they come in, they know what to expect and what you expect of them.
If you don't have communication, you're not getting your expectations met. And for the caregivers, they might have an expectation that's different.
Communication is really hard, but we have to really try to do that to be able to create a great team.
It's important to have open and honest communications. It's the manner of getting there that's the difficulty sometimes. And it really pays off to finally get there because it means a long-term working relationship.
Whoever comes in who is hired is an employee.
I try to lay everything out in detail. I like things done in a certain way. And it's not to be picky or rude or anything, it's because things work better that way.
I like to give an overview of what I want done. And I will also have it on a piece of paper. We'll have daily tasks.
The household is run as a business.
The good caregiver will realize that I may do things my particular way, and that doesn't make them wrong, but it is the way that I'd like things to be done.
Most people learn by doing, and the more they can do while you are there supervising, the easier it is.
After a while, it gets easy, but I like everything organized. I like step-by-step procedures, and it makes it easy on me and them, and they know what to expect.
You need to be firm in what you want. Being firm is not being mean. Being firm is a valuable tool for the person coming into your home that will help them to know what you want.
Even though we want it to be a comfortable, warm environment, it is still a workplace.
Having been through the hiring process, the individual is ready and excited about their first day and wants to do their best job. I have to be willing to receive that person with that same willingness and expectation, and then to work through the practice of getting to know that person and getting them familiar with my routine.
I think my responsibilities are to communicate with them my needs, to be clear, concise, to tell my caregiver when she's doing a good job.
Pay attention to what is going well. Sometimes it's really easy to focus on one little piece that's not being done the way you want and forget that the other 95% is being carried out in a timely, functional manner. And to really let the caregivers know that we appreciate what they are doing.
I think it's responsible for me to not have a totally disorderly house, commotion, people coming in and out.
We have ramps coming into the house. We have 2 exits. We have fire extinguishers where they need to be. I mean, we've really made this as safe a home as possible. We had a calendar, and that was a schedule, and it's evolved into an employee's handbook. Anyone could come in today and they could look at that schedule and say, this is what needs to be done today. This is what I have to sign in and sign out. This is my schedule for the month. These are his medications. All of it's there.
It's my responsibility to be upfront with them about their duties and what I expect from them, not to start throwing in a bunch of stuff that's not in the care plan or beyond anything that caregiver should be doing.
The employee is there to help assist the person do what it is that they need to do. The employee is not the person's maid to pick up everything for them if they are capable of picking it up for themselves.
I would never ask anyone to do something that if I were able, that I wouldn't do myself.
It takes a little while to build up a relationship and trust and stuff, and it calls for a lot of patience on both parties.
And it's like any other job. You have personalities that you have to learn to adjust and deal with, because none of us have all the same personalities.
Just come from your personality style, and that one-to-one bonding will occur.
I don't like confrontations. I don't like arguments. But unfortunately, there is a time as an employer, you have to be a boss again. So if there's things that aren't being done that need to be done, they need to be addressed.
It's just a qualitative judgment as to when to start addressing a problem.
If I see something being a consistent thing that they're not doing, then I will bring it to them verbally. And if it continues to be a problem, I'll bring it to them usually even a second time verbally. But the third time I usually will write something up and say, this continues to be a problem.
So there's a fine line of being gentle about things, but still making it, gee, we need to do it this way.
Things have to be fixed sometimes, unfortunately, so. But it can work. It can work out good.
Part of my initial training with my caregiver is we go over my safety concerns.
You can call 911 and you can tell them that you have a person in your household that has a disability, and they will put that down.
When I'm with my caregivers, I want them to look out for my safety. I expect the caregiver, if I should pass out, to call 911.
Everyone that is hired goes through a screening, and even though they go through the screening, we still like to put certain personal things away.
I don't have anything out, say money, wallet, purse, until I get to know them.
Why make it easy for anyone that might be tempted?
When things begin to get to be more serious concerns, then it's time to address them in one way or another.
If it comes to like physical abuse or something, that's a line that can't be crossed. Any kind of verbal or physical abuse is wrong.
Abuse does not just happen with hands. It can be emotional abuse, it can be neglect, and it can be physical abuse, and it can happen both ways.
I work with people from a position of friendliness and openness, and if I'm feeling intimidated, physically intimidated, then I need to remove myself from the situation and seek someone who can assist me physically in ending that.
If you do feel threatened, there is a number to call, 1-866-END-HARM.
It's the quality of life that I have that's most important to me.
This is my sanctuary. This is where I need to be at peace and comfortable.
If Rod's expectations are that certain things need to be done and they are not able to meet those expectations, then they really are not, it's not a good fit.
They've done things that you've asked them not to do and they do it anyway, or try to change things that could be harmful to me, that's crossing the line.
Don't let the situation get to the point where you're feeling bad, or the caregiver's feeling bad, or you feel bad about the whole relationship.
If you don't feel cared about, you don't feel treated with respect, with a certain amount of caring, it's degrading. It can feel very dehumanizing.
If they don't want to change back to the way I asked them to do it, they have to go.
Some people, maybe they shouldn't be caregivers.
Do something about it, because you'll be happier when it's resolved. You can be well prepared for that conversation, as prepared as you feel you should need to be. And if you need to bring someone in to have the conversation with you while you're having your conversation with the caregiver, I definitely do that.
And there are times that I've had to call my case manager when I'm thinking that that the worker is not working out. Just something's not happening, and just kind of notify her that things aren't working out. I'm gonna have to start looking for somebody else.
It's pretty sad in a way, because you spent a lot of time trying to groom this person as to how you want to have things done. But that's life.
Termination of the relationship is not a failure. It's just a moving on People change. Situations change.
The bottom line, I think, is you treat other people the way you would want to be treated.
Compliments go a long way.
Open and honest conversation is a must.
The trust just comes. It really comes from being consistent and working to the purpose of the reason I've hired this person. And for caregivers who are people I would hire again, they have a sense of pride in what they've done.
It takes time. It takes time for everyone. Yeah, it really does. It's patience for you. Right, you laugh. Yeah, seriously. And for them. Yeah.
Anyone can do this. If I can do it, it's easy. What you need to be is consistent. You need to be clear about what you need. And make sure that the caregiver is clear about that too. It can work for you. Make it happen.